Okay, here we go. We're playing Vampyr again.
Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speak.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say, obstinate? He spent years compiling our bestiary.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Ready to rest to evolve.
Good evening, nurse.
That's one of the persons that people I
Dr.
need
Swansea
to speak
has
to.
already told us about you, sir.
Did he really?
All
I see. Have you heard rumors of anything underhand going on here at the hospital?
No, Doctor. Never.
Goodbye, nurse.
This is no time
Good
for
evening, sir.
So it is true.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes.
Dr. Tippett's, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Ironic.
Have you...
I have no time.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many...
Goodbye, Doc. Good evening.
Good evening.
Have you heard...
No, Doctor.
Tell me...
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett...
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, nurse.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you...
To clear Dr. Tippett's name must be the decision of Dr. Swansea. You can't take matters into your own hands.
I respect Dr. Swansea's authority and management, but he's no idea what happens here on a daily basis. I did what I had to do.
You're crazy.
Have you...
No, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse. Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed.
I will cover for you, Dr. Tippett, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
What will you do after your resignation? Do you have a plan?
I always fancied visiting Cyprus. Such a beautiful island. I could buy a house there, by the sea. Read poetry, and wait for death.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Investigation succeeded. Do I have another investigation? Nope. Gonna revolve, then we're gonna do the quest. Ooh, that looks cool. Pembroke Hospital. Status: healthy.
Overwhelmed by this horrifying epidemic.
Okay, so I gotta go to that old hag.
What
There's no need.
preposterous...
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You
That
know how
wasn't a
long I've
threat.
been a patient here. You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you.
Oh,
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
The patient and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
No time for judgment. It is the last thing our patients need.
Okay,
Good evening, sir.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed.
That's quite...
You can call...
I'm not...
blah blah blah
You
blah
have a-
tree.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
Just bought 2 bullets.
Good evening, Nat.
Huh.
Good evening.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well,
What can you
Yeah,
tell
like
me
7
about
nights
the
ago.
strange man visiting one of...
let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
What can...
Let me get...
Goodbye, Nurse Hall.
Okay, now we gotta go down to this one and find Nurse Dorothy Kane. Okay. Press L3 to activate your senses. If a civilian is behaving suspicious, their heart will emit a glow. Looking at the citizen, you will unlock special interactions.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
What happened to their boat? It just disappeared. That made no sense. Like, if it faded to black, I could understand that. Like, but it didn't fade to black. It literally just moved the camera back, and the boat is gone, and the door is closed. So that made no sense. But whatever. I might be just looking too deep into this. It's a fun game. I'm enjoying it.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him.
Huh. Oh, that'd be a door.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
That's better. I meant to get the steak. Yeah. Come on, give me some bullets. For titrus. Okay. And some shillings. Don't you dare do that! Ferrochalitrus. Yay, bullets! You never know when you're gonna need bullets. What's on here? Save a citizen.
I don't want to die here. I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air.
Phew. Really? Those scowls couldn't do that?
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Oh, he's got a headache.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
crap.
Yes.
There we go. Oh. Some shillings. And that's just another exit. Okay, now we're going back. Light regeneration serum. That's cool. More bullets. Give me some of that blood. Heck.
What sort of creature is this?
Need more blood? Oh my god, that was a close one. Oh, that was close.
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
You are sick, you have no mercy. Whoever you are, whenever wherever you're from, come to see Dorothy to get help. No tricks, no charge, no questions asked. Just find Dorothy at the house, blah 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 blah. Oh, and that's in French. That's French you speak.
In Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Just need some more blood. You never know when you're gonna need more blood. You know what, I give up trying to get that one. That was just... Why wasn't it letting me have the blood of that thing? It made no sense. Whatever. Now we just gotta wait for this loading screen to end. And it will end soon. Any day now. It can't be that much longer. Eventually. And good. Wait. Not done yet. There we go. Okay, just gotta follow the main road there. Enter at your own risk. Really, it's serious here.
This is no place for you, sir. Step away!
Stepping away.
This is not a place. Speak, sir.
Okay, I'm just staying away. No need to get hasty here.
More and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye. The gods recruit more and more every year. Ain't safe here for a gentleman. Go on, off you trot.
Okay, I'm trotting off. Calm down. I guess I'll have to go the long way. Well, apparently there's a hideout there, so that would help me in the long run.
I cannot enter.
Oh, never mind. Okay, let's see. Level 11, 12, and a 10. Wait, what? Where'd you come from? Kaboosh! Haha, I got science on my side. Yeah, where is? Oh, that's where it is.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Large box of pills. And 6 shotgun shells.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert, stop it! The wet boots will be proud of me.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
He's fatigued.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Sick and suffering.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Probably, but because you're crazy. And got a migraine.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they?
I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Do you know...
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
I'm not dying some piss stinking out.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
What a jerk.
Goodbye, young man.
You should be proud of me.
Stupid drugs from the sick and suffering.
What? Wait, what? Why did it put me in a loading screen? Huh? Did I? Is that... Talking to her cause a loading screen?
Sir, are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid, or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Fatigue and a migraine.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
Oh, it's a person.
Good evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
Is that the drunk? Oh yeah, it is.
A gun?
How do you get there so fast? Oh, whatever. Oh wait. Crap, went to the wrong way. Okay. Yep. Why am I getting a lot of loading screens for this?
It's locked, all right.
Okay, I guess I gotta follow the blood. It's locked, alright. It's locked, alright. Vroom. Major event. Oh, one of them is tired of fatigue. Is fatigued. This is the fatigued guy.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right?
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired, Lee.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Recovering.
Do you...
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep.
Good.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now, goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet...
Really? Well, I'm...
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Blah 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 blah.
I must
Talking.
talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your sir.
May I ask what you do around?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now,
according to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town.
not familiar with this neighborhood.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out. Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know her.
Could you please tell me more?
She's a nice girl.
Goodbye, Mr. Pete.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse.
I am Dr.
Doctor?
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
New investigation.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving...
Goodbye for...
Where's that dude? There he went.
You again?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
You survive at any cost, even at the expense of others. Perhaps that's just the law of nature.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
I know it. Fancy buying.
You never lose your... Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a Wet Boot Boy.
Goodbye for now.
I would.
Cheap price, good quality.
Where did he go? He just disappeared. Oh, never mind. And another one. Why?
You again? What do you want this time?
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions.
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house.
All right. I shall leave you alone.
What? Wait, what? No, I...
Hello, young man.
I told you.
There.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay. Come on in. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
I'll take that.
So, may I ask you...
I'm not bothered.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yeah. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
How do you feel?
I'm fine.
Speaking of which,
What? My father is an idiot.
forgive my bluntness.
Why should I?
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody, frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Do you?
Yes.
Goodbye, young man.
But first, I'm gonna be taking some things. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna loot your house for a little bit.
It's locked.
Where's my money? You again?
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Harry doesn't...
I've always put my...
You really...
He's my pride.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Goodbye, Mr. Peter.
I should never have taken up my father's...
You never... What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
Well, despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Right then. Show me what...
There's no one in.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. Quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
You again?
Price, good quality.
Have you... Could you please...
She's a nice...
Goodbye, Mr. Pete.
Take a look. Don't be afraid.
Good evening, Harry.
Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this?
So,
I'm not bothered.
goodbye.
Okay, then. Wait. There's
Even my
something.
dreams are soaked with glue.
You're too depressing.
It's sort of. I heard you're not. I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything.
Are you sure?
Without it,
I don't know.
He never goes out.
No. A few days.
Really?
He went to...
Goodbye, Mr.
Okay. We're gonna do the investigation.
I should never have taken up my father's business.
Okay, we're gonna go all the way over here. Ooh. No. Ooh, I used hatchet. Ooh. Where am I going? Okay, gotta find that lock. Where is it?
Don't come closer! I hate leeches!
Oh crap. What? Whatever. I think I found out where I need to. The thing I need to get. Well, not what I meant, but whatever. I have been defeated. Fire is our weapon of choice, brothers. Burning the beast is the best way to destroy it. Today, please. Ooh, here we go. Hit.
This could be the box Lewis thought he lost. Huh. There's a letter inside.
Wait, I have an axe. What? But I thought I...
A love letter from Joe Peterson's wife, addressed to Barrett Lewis. Who should I give it to, I wonder? You never lose your... I found this box
There we go.
in an abandoned building nearby. I believe it belongs to...
Let's have a look.
I suppose...
Luck is a commodity round here.
About this package, it's not just tools and...
I want to be rude or anything after your kind gesture, but it's none of your business.
Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
Do you mean you're Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Did you ever try talking to Joe?
Never. But I suspected he knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
You're a piece of crap.
Goodbye for now.
You again?
Goodbye, Mr. P. Good evening, Harry.
Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
No. I'm talking to Harry.
So,
I'm not bothered.
do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I liked books.
Why are you sad then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realise he's as sad as me now.
Goodbye.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been neglected. Don't let your guard down.
I must got all the things with them.
You again?
Oh. Nope.
Goodbye. You never... Have you had...
Nurse?
Yes. Those bloody immigrants should know their place, eh? How dare they do a better job than the lazy natives of this land?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothy...
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so...
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical...
Ah.
Goodbye for now.
I probably should have given it to the father, but whatever.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to Penta.
malevolence and trickery.
Come on. Okay, that's just gonna be the stream. Be sure to favorite, favorite, subscribe, share it. Love. My brain, it's melting. Have a nice day.